Just Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scott County Sports Network. Mike Ritchie here riding solo tonight. Kevin Ritchie running the computer. Toby Murray on the camera. Just underway. We got 10:28 to go here in the first quarter. A little technical difficulties. Shout out to the support of the production truck, Blue Frame Technologies. They got us up and going. Dunbar received the kick. Durante Sanders returned the kick about 44 yards. They've had a first down since then. Now it's 2nd down and 2 on the 35-yard line for Dunbar. Quarterbacking for the Bulldogs, number 7, Kendall Roberts, a 6'1", 170-pound senior. In the shotgun. Gets the snap, hands it off to Jefferson. Harkless, the 6', 185-pound sophomore. Leading rusher for the Bulldogs, 147 carries, 859 yards on the season. He averages about 6 yards a clip, 8 touchdowns, 107 yards a game. Pretty good football player is Mr. Harkless. So a first down for the Bulldogs. It'll be 1st and 10 at about the 31-yard line. Dunbar on the move, already in Scott County territory here in the opening possession. Dunbar in the black uniform, Scott County in the road white jerseys, red pants. In the shotgun, quick pitch left side. He gets the edge. Jefferson Harkless with the carry again, pushed out by Cooper Robb, picks up about 7 yards. Scott County struggling with Jefferson Harkless up to this point. Averaging more than his average on the season. 6-yard average per carry on the season. Good-looking running back for the Bulldogs. Scott County comes into the ballgame 7-1. Jim McKee in his 19th season. Dunbar comes in with a record of 3-5. Their head coach Paul Raines in his 3rd season. Dunbar coming off a loss to Henry Clay, 14-6 at home last week. Scott County victorious over Bryan Station, 40-24. Here's Harkless again, left side. Cooper Robb with the hit. And Harkless picks up 5. Another first down for Dunbar. Up to this point, Scott County no answer for the running attack of Dunbar.
It'll be 1st and 10 Dunbar. The ball resting at the Scott County.
We'll have a timeout called by defensive coordinator Monty McIntyre. He's not happy with his defenders at all. 9:13 to go, first quarter. 2nd down and 3. What we'll do is we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Scott County football on the Scott County Sports Network. The Hilton Garden Inn, Georgetown, is proud to be the exclusive hotel provider for Scott County Athletics. As Georgetown's premier hotel, Hilton Garden Inn provides comfortable accommodations, flexible meeting space, and a full-service restaurant just inside the lobby. Come join us for daily home-cooked specials in the All-American Grill, which is open for both breakfast and dinner. A winning team, the Scott County Cardinals, and the Hilton Garden Inn, Georgetown.
United Bank, together with you. We offer all the services you're looking for in a financial institution: convenience, great accounts, internet banking, and attentive customer service. With today's hectic pace, it's good to know United Bank meets your needs with locations right where you need them. With 13 offices in Scott, Jessamine, Fayette, and Woodford counties, 24/7 access to cash at our branch ATMs, and the Bluegrass Cash locations in Lexington, United Bank is together with you. Member FDIC, Equal House.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. After the timeout called by Scott County, a legal procedure against Dunbar that'll back him up 5 yards. 1st and 15. And sometimes that penalty is a drive killer. 9:12 to go here at John Acre Stadium on the campus of Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Beautiful night for football. Glad we're playing today instead of tomorrow. Scott County, no answer for the running attack of Dunbar up to this point. Jefferson Harkless having his way, averaging about 8 yards a carry. He's in motion. Pitch to the right side. He tries to get the edge. Good blocking scheme. Scott County does a good job, though, however. Stretching the play out. He goes out of bounds. He'll pick up about 1 or 2 yards. Keyshawn Brent and Gavin Hernandez push him out of bounds. Give them a pickup of 3 yards, 2nd down and 12.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Back in the ball game is Kendall Roberts.
12. The ball resting at the Scott County 20-yard line.
Dunbar in the red zone. Roberts back to pass, and there he's met. Tell you what, that's a tone setter right there. Scott County. Number 52, Tyler Braxton, the leading tackler for Scott County. Tyler Braxton, 32 solo tackles, 19 assisted tackles, has 6.5 sacks on the season. Now make it 7.5, and 11.5 tackles for loss. Scott County's linebacker, better known as the Sam back, Tyler Braxton, a 6'2", 205-pound senior, playing well for Scott County.
Loss of 7 on the play.
So it'll be 19 yards to go. 3rd and 19. Dunbar on the season.
That's Durante Sanders on the carry.
Only 32% on 3rd down conversions.
Daniel Perkins on the stop for Scott County.
Daniel Perkins on the stop for Scott County. Dunbar.
No gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 19.
Dunbar just pretty much happy to hand the ball back over to Scott County. They try to run, pick up a couple of yards. In to punt is Trey Underwood, a 5'5", 155-pound senior. 22 punts on the season, 33. No, he's going for a field goal. Excuse me. 0 for 1 on the season. Trey Underwood kicking a 44-yard field goal. Snap is down. Kick into the line. And it's picked up by number 38 for Scott County, KJ Christopher. Number 24 for Dunbar with the tackle, Maurice Carter. And again, strange turn of events there for Dunbar. They had a 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line coming out of a timeout. Dunbar, illegal procedure penalty, and after that, it's pretty much backwards. After a sack by Tyler Braxton, it was 3rd and 19. They run for 2 yards, come in for a 44-yard field goal attempt by Trey Underwood. He kicks it right into his offensive line. Scott County starting their possession at the 41-yard line. Josh Davis rolls left. Quarterback keeper, nobody out there. He gets the corner outside the 50, runs out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Scott County, a design quarterback keeper right there. Pick up a 14 yards and a 1st down for Scott County. A little bit of a change of momentum right there. Dunbar moving. Scott County no answer for Jefferson Harkless. The penalty turned things around, made it 1st and 15. And at that point, Dunbar went back about 9 yards. And the field goal attempt was no good. And Scott County on a roll. Quick pass to Covington on the right side. Good block by Simon Bond. Covington down to the 32-yard line on the tackle, Maurice Carter. That'll be 14-yard pickup, another 1st down for Scott County. So back-to-back 14-yard gains for Scott County. 6:33 to go here in the first quarter. Covington goes left side. Scott County, Josh Davis, Noah Hughes, Keith Guy is in street clothes tonight with a boot on that ankle, probably out until the playoffs. Kendrick Hamilton goes left side. Kendrick Hamilton looks like he's going to pick up about 7.5 yards. Maurice Carter with the tackle again for Dunbar. Simon Bond getting the start in place of the injured Keith Guy. He lines up as the left halfback in motion. Quick pitch to Simon Bond. Simon Bond forgot one thing there. He ran right into number 4. You don't want to do that. Dontel Brown, 6'5", 185-pound junior. Defensive end, outside linebacker combo player, Dontel Brown. Simon Bond. Thought they had Dontel Brown blocked, but he tackled the blocker and Simon Bond for a loss of a yard. 3rd and 3, Scott County. They give it to the Bulldog. Noah Hughes, 282 yards last week. Noah Hughes picks up 2 here, and it'll be 4th and short, so decision time for Scott County. Scott County, no-brainer right here. Scott County on the season. Scott County 9 of 15 for 60% on fourth down conversions. And they hand it off to Hughes, and he's tackled in the backfield.
Shotgun to play by Durante Sanders and Eros Zuniga.
Durante Sanders and Eros Zuniga with the loss. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. So back-to-back good starts for both offenses. However, they both struggle when they get close to the red zone. So Dunbar takes over. 4:34 to go. Still scoreless here at Dunbar. So Kendall Roberts quarterbacking for Dunbar. In the shotgun, hands it off to Jefferson Harkless. He's back up to the middle. Gang tackle by Scott County. He'll pick up about 3.5 yards. 2nd down for Dunbar. Tyler Braxton and Jeremiah Happy on the tackle for Scott County.
Happy in on the stop for Scott County. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. The ball rests at the Dunbar 29-yard line.
So 2nd down and 6 yards for Dunbar. In motion. The reset to the strong side. Now is the left side of the line. Quick pitch to Harkless. They've got numbers. He follows his blockers, and he's brought down from behind by number 50. I'll get the number for you here in just a second. 57 for Scott County. Daniel Perkins. And Tyler Braxton in for Scott County. Gain of about 4.5 yards. It'll be a 3rd and a short 2. Glad you could join us here tonight. Shout out to our sponsors, Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery, Dr. Robert Henderson, Scott County Physical Therapy, Art Morvay, Lynn Reeves, and Frank Shoup Chevrolet. Some of our corporate sponsors here tonight. Special shout out to them. Without them, we couldn't be bringing you Scott County athletics on the internet. Under 3 minutes to go, 1st quarter. A lot of movement by the Dunbar offensive unit. Hand it off to Harkless. He's met by Eric Abney. Short of a 1st down. Durante Sanders on the carry. Excuse me.
Bryce Lawson on the tackle for Scott County. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 4th and 1 Dunbar from its own.
4th down and 1. See what Coach Paul Raines does here. Kendall Roberts gets the play. Looks like Dunbar's going to go for it inside their own 35-yard line. He gives it to Harkless, right side. Harkless follows his blockers and gets away from everybody and tripped up. Good play there by Dylan Smith. If it wasn't for the shoestring, and I mean shoestring tackle by Dylan Smith, Jefferson Harkless picks up 19 yards. And again, he got through the initial wave. Once he did that, there was nobody there to stop him. And Harkless, a big gain for Dunbar. Harkless already 39 yards on the ground tonight for the Bulldogs. Don't usually see a quarterback in the shotgun on 4th and 1. He fakes the handoff. Roberts up in the air. Good protection by Cooper Robb. Gets turned around, and the catch by number 4, Dontel Brown. Cooper Robb had good coverage, but for some reason he thought the ball was thrown sooner than it was. He got himself turned around, and after that, the 6'5", 185-pound junior, Dontel Brown, easy catch. 27-yard pickup, and Dunbar in the red zone for the first time tonight. Dunbar on the season, 9 of 15. Or excuse me, 41 of 46.
Penalty flag on the play.
There's another penalty flag. Let me get the right stats here. Dunbar, 61% red zone scores. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. And again, exactly almost the same thing happened last possession. Dunbar got it down to the 20-yard line. A 5-yard penalty. Now it'll be 1st and 15, and Dunbar see if they can do something different this drive. Harkless, 9 carries, 58 yards. Dontel Brown with 1 catch for 27 yards. Maurice Carter, 1 catch for 13. Special shout out to WL Stats, providing live stats for us here tonight. Roberts still in the shotgun. Been there all night. They go left side to Harkless. Harkless runs out of territory. Scott County got lucky right there. Bryce Lawson almost hit him about a yard and a half out of bounds. Be almost looks like a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 16.
Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 16 from the Scott County 26-yard line.
Scott County's defense having to come up with a big play again. Back to back. Good drives for Dunbar. Roberts in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Roberts back, throws it up. No one over there. He went, 2 receivers went left. Roberts went right. Closest player was Cooper Robb for Scott County. He was about 5 yards away. Unfortunately for Roberts, his closest defender was about 32 yards away. 35.3 seconds to go, 3rd and 16. And we're going to have a timeout. Dunbar, Coach Paul Raines wants to talk about it, so we'll take a timeout as well. 3rd down, 16 on the 25-yard line. Scoreless here in the first quarter at John Acre Stadium. Paul Lawrence Dunbar here on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
Hi, I'm David Goldman with Georgetown Family Chiropractic. Are backaches and headaches a problem for you? They shouldn't be. Drugs and surgery may mask the pain, but seldom treat the underlying cause. Spinal decompression works to ease pressure between discs without injections and without surgery. Don't learn to live with the pain, and don't let it limit your lifestyle. Call us today for a free evaluation. 866-807-8611.
Hi, Dick Stockton here. I've been announcing sports for over 40 years, and I know a winning team when I see one. Greens Toyota of Lexington has what it takes to win, which is why Greens is Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer 2 years running. Family owned for over 40 years, Greens strives to give excellent customer service and best value for the dollar. No matter what department, parts, service, or sales, Greens continues to move forward doing business the right way every day. Be a part of Greens' winning team. Greens Toyota. Great people, great cars. Think green.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Big play here for the Bulldogs. Coach Paul Raines calls a timeout to get the play set up correctly. 3rd down, 16. Snap to Roberts. He fakes the pass to Harkless. Drops back. Pass over the middle to Dontel Brown. He picks it at the 15. All the way down to the 9-yard line. So 1st down, 4. Dunbar pickup of 18 yards. On the tackle, number Clay Moss, number 20, along with number 28, Eric Abney. So 1st down and goal for the Bulldogs. 9 yards from pay dirt for Paul Lawrence Dunbar. 14 seconds and running in the first quarter. Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Illegal participation.
Substitution infraction by Dunbar.
Dunbar breaks the huddle with 12 players. That's a no-no. So now it'll be 1st and goal from the 14. Dunbar able to overcome the 5-yard penalty from the 20-yard line. We'll see what they do here. Now they're 1st and goal from the 14-yard line. And again, my MO back to them. Throw it up to Dontel Brown. 2 catches.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter play. Still scoreless. Scott County 0, Dunbar nothing, but Dunbar moving. 1st and goal from the 14 when we start the second quarter. Back after this. Steve Skierman, Agency Manager at the Scott County Farm Bureau Insurance, would like you to know that as your local insurance agent, he is right here in your community, ready to help you with all your insurance needs. In the event of a loss, you can count on Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance to help you through it. We have local claims adjusters to serve you at your time of loss. We are knowledgeable about our community and can provide valuable assistance and advice when needed. Call the office today at 502-863-2454 for a free, no-obligation quote. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment. Georgetown Community Hospital is a 75-bed acute care facility with an award-winning history of providing excellence in health care. Georgetown has been named one of the best places to work in Kentucky for 5 of the last 6 years. The hospital continues to add new medical services and to grow the number of specialists and primary care physicians. It also features an award-winning ICU, medical surgery unit, and 24-hour emergency services. Georgetown Hospital, located on Lexington Road in Georgetown, Kentucky, here for your needs 24 hours a day. Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 1 quarter in the books. Uncharacteristic for both teams. Dunbar has given up 60 points in the first quarter all season long. They've only scored 6. Scott County, on the other hand, they've given up 42. But Scott County, 140 points in the first quarter. So we'll throw the stats out the window. We'll look at the scoreboard. It says double zeros. Scoreless after 1 here at John Acre Stadium. First and goal. Inside handoff to Durante Sanders. Sanders with 3 TDs on the season. Be a loss of 2 yards. Scott County expecting that one. They kind of faked it to Harkless going right. Handed it off underneath to Durante Sanders. And Scott County ready for it. Second down and goal from the 16.
The ball resting at the Scott County 16-yard line.
Roberts back to pass, throws it up for Dontrell Brown. Good coverage there by Scott County's number 7, Cooper Robb. A little bit of a mismatch there. Cooper Robb for Scott County.
Roberts pass intended for number 4, Dontrell Brown, incomplete.
6'1", 165-pound sophomore trying to guard Dontrell Brown. 6'5", 185-pound junior. Pass a little bit long. It'll be third and goal from the 16-yard line, so Scott County needs a big play right here. Try to hold Dunbar to a field goal attempt. Kendall Roberts gets the play from Coach Raines into the ball game for the Bulldogs is number 45, Quentin Dixon. Great night for football here in the Commonwealth. Pitch to the right side is Harkless. He tries to return, and he has numbers. 2 guys to beat. Scott County, Eric Abney does a good job on the tackle. He ran about 44 yards, lost 2 on the carry.
Brought down on the play by number 62, Trey Bender.
Trey Bender in there for Scott County. So it'll be 4th down and 17 after the loss of 1 yard on the play. Coach Paul Raines is going to go for it here. You got a heads up here for Dontrell Brown. Keep an eye on him. Harkless coming out of the ball game, as well as the big fullback, Ladarius Morton. Fourth down and goal. We have a timeout, Dunbar. Coach Paul Raines calls a timeout. 4th and goal from the 17-yard line. His second timeout of the ball game. We'll take a timeout as well. We're scoreless here at Dunbar on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
The Hockensmith Agency is proud to call Scott County home. We're your Main Street insurance that blends tradition and innovation to offer the best quality service to our clients. By offering a wide range of coverage from the impressive list of major insurance companies, we truly meet your insurance coverage needs. Come visit us at 224 East Main in Georgetown or online at HockensmithAgency.com. The Hockensmith Agency, providing coverage for the Motorist Insurance Group for all your insurance needs.
People's Exchange Bank doesn't think you can get where you want to go by cutting corners, playing games, or sacrificing relationships. Roots take time to grow and give strength and stability. Since 1912, our banks and our people have been part of your community. And while our services continue to keep pace with your need for today's high-tech conveniences, we know that loyalty never grows old. You don't just need a bank, you need people. People's Exchange Bank. People serving people since 1912.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 4th and goal from the 17-yard line. Big play here for Dunbar. In the shotgun is Kendall Roberts. He fakes the pass. 4 guys deep. And Roberts has nowhere to go. He's brought down by Scott County's number 57, Daniel Perkins.
Gavin Hernandez.
And Gavin Hernandez.
Daniel Perkins back there for Scott County. The Cardinals take over on down.
So Dunbar loses the possession of the football on down. Scott County's defense steps up again. Dunbar was able to overcome one 5-yard penalty, but couldn't overcome the second one there. Back-to-back drives stalled from Dunbar due to 5-yard penalties on first down. This time it was 1st and goal from the 9 when they got the penalty. Scott County takes over 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line, hands it off to Hamilton left side. Nowhere to go.
Kendrick Hamilton on the carry for Scott County.
On the tackle, number 1, Durante Sanders, along with number 40, Luke Hernandez.
Gain of 4 on the play.
4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6.
Scott County, the ball at the
Covington wide to the right side. For Scott County, Josh Davis under center. Keith Guy not playing tonight. Simon Bond, his replacement, in motion. Quick pitch right side to Kendrick Hamilton. He makes one guy miss, picks up 5. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Quentin Dixon
On the tackle for Dunbar, Quentin Dixon. So 3rd down and 1 for Scott County.
5 on the play. 3rd and 1 Scott County.
Scott County 5 plays, or 7 rushing yards for 29 yards. Dunbar 16 offensive rushes for 42 yards. Pass complete out to Glenn Covington. Good job as Glenn Covington's going to lose a yard. On the tackle, number 3 for Dunbar, Braxton Edge, the 5'9 junior.
Braxton Edge. Loss of 1 on the play.
Be 4th down and 2, Scott County. They're going to go for it as well.
Cardinals 31-yard line.
Looks like they're bringing in the punt unit. They had Tyler Dummer down as the punter tonight. Josh Davis, the normal punter. Also the quarterback, and he is going to punt it. So good defensive stop by Dunbar. Josh Davis lets it go from the 21-yard line. Nobody back for Dunbar. I reckon they thought they were going to fake it. Josh Davis gets a nice roll by the time this puppy's done rolling. 55-yard punt off the toe of Josh Davis. It's about 35 yards in the air. 52 yards, corrected by Leanne Clark. She thought she was wrong one time, but she'd made a mistake. So Dunbar, don't know what happened there. I think Coach Paul Raines thought they were going to go for it, 4th down and 2. He decides not to put anybody back. Normally Durante Sanders or Dontel Brown are back for Dunbar. And Scott County happy no one was back there as that punt hit and bounced an extra 20 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs inside their own 20-yard line. Still scoreless. Dunbar's only scored 151 points this season. Scott County 393. Quarterbacking is number 2, Trey Homer. 6-foot sophomore. Harkless with the carry on the tackle for Scott County. Josh Smith, number 89. Josh Smith, a 5'11 senior, 3 tackles for loss on the season in replacing Noah Kane on that play. 2-yard pickup for Dunbar. 2nd down and 8.
18-yard line.
Trey Homer still quarterbacking for Dunbar. He's got Harkless to his left. In the shotgun, quick pitch left side to Harkless. 3 guys out in front of him. And Scott County. Good job defensively by Scott County's number 62, Trey Bender. Going to lose 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 11. Scott County. Giving up big yards in the first series since that point. They've done a lot better containing Jefferson Harkless, the leading rusher, 859 yards for Harkless coming into the ball game, averaging about 6 yards a carry. A little under 110 yards a ball game, 8 touchdowns for the sophomore. Third down and 11 for Dunbar. Trey Homer still into the ball game at the quarterback spot. He gives it to Harkless straight up the middle. Didn't fool anybody there. Short gain will be 4th down and 11 for Dunbar. In to punt for Dunbar is Trey Underwood. 22 punts on the season, 33.8 yard average. You got to watch out. The quarterback, Kendall Roberts, is the short man. The protector, as they like to call it, on the punt team. 6:14 to go, and the clock is running. Scott County, Dylan Smith deep, and they're going for the block. Gabe Hobson gets the block. Number 10 for Scott County. With the block, that's Gabe Hobson. Underwood took just a little bit too much time. The ball goes out of bounds at the 21-yard line in Scott County. Position A right here, Scott County's defense and special teams, the difference maker for the season. And another big play right there by Scott County's punt rush team. Gabe Hobson with the block. Scott County starts possession. Josh Davis under center for Scott County. Josh Davis, 35 of 61 with only 1 interception and 8 touchdowns on the season. Davis back left-handed. Tackle from behind, loses the football. Dontel Brown picks it up. He's got one man to beat. Dontel Brown, nobody's going to catch him, and Dunbar is going to get to pay dirt first. As Dontel Smith picks it up about the 27-yard lines and runs it to the house. Yeah, Josh Davis fakes the handoff, gets tackled from behind by number 88, Nick Martin, the 6'2 senior. He knocks it loose. Dontel Brown picks it up and says, I know what to do with it. He takes it for 68 yards and the touchdown. He picks it up at the 28-yard line, runs it back 62 yards, or 72 yards. It's hard to do math. Underwood in for the extra point attempt. Underwood on the season. 15-18. Holding is Roberts. Kick is down. And the kick is up. And it's good. 5:45 to go. Dunbar with the big defensive play. They take the lead 7-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to see how Scott County answers here on the Scott County Sports Network.
Over 40 years, and Frank Shoup in Georgetown is still a big name in cars.
He's big on service and he's big on deals. Frank Shoup, he sells all the biggest names on wheels. Frank Shoup's a new tradition. Bring on the competition. Frank Shoup is gonna set the pace.
At halftime, we'll have a break.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specialized.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Big change of events right there. Scott County blocks the punt from Trey Underwood, picks it up, starts a drive at the 21-yard line. Scott County's Josh Davis fakes the handoff to Noah Hughes, goes back to pass. From the blind side, Nick Martin forces the fumble. Dontel Brown picks it up. Scampers 72 yards. And Underwood's kick is good. And Dunbar looked like they were going to give up a score. Instead, they score themselves and have the lead. 7-0. 5:45. They played a good game against Dunbar last week. Took it on the chin, 14-6. But Dunbar with the lead. Underwood set the kick off at the 40-yard line. Kick is up. And it goes out of bounds at the 14, just barely, and that'll be a flag. So Scott County will start the possession.
Illegal procedure against Dunbar.
at the 35-yard line. They're going to make them re-kick it, it looks like to me. Scott County, Dylan Smith and Simon Bond back deep. So they'll move it back 5 yards. Trey Underwood will have to kick from the 35-yard line this time.
5 yards. Bulldogs will re-kick this time from their 35-yard line.
Dunbar's run 24 offensive plays for 99 total yards. Scott County only 10 offensive plays for 35. Throw in the fumble recovery for the touchdown as your only score of the ball game. 7-0. Dunbar over Scott County. Trey Underwood the first time, a little pooch kick. This time, same thing, picked up by Trey Bender at the 34-yard line. Trey Bender's going to run straight and over top of someone. I think that someone is going to be number 45, Quentin Dixon. I don't know if Quentin Dixon made the tackle or just got in the way, but however, he gets the credit. And like they say, he earned that one. 5:39, Scott County starting the possession at the 44-yard line. 5 minutes, 39 seconds to go. In the first half, Scott County. Bond in motion, up the middle to Noah Hughes. Noah Hughes, he picks up 8 yards. Like I said earlier, 282 yards for Noah Hughes. Noah Hughes coming to the ball game with 1,093 yards rushing, averaging about 7 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns, 136 yards per ball game. They go with Hughes again. This time Noah Hughes is going to pick up 8 again. Back-to-back 8-yard pickups for Noah Hughes. First down for Scott County. Durante Sanders on the stop for Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Scott County first and 10. 38-yard line. Inside handoff to Kendrick Hamilton. One guy to beat. That guy makes the tackle at the 31-yard line. On the tackle for Dunbar, number 4, Dontel Brown. Dontel Brown, outside linebacker for Dunbar. Noah Hughes had to wrestle a football player away from one of the Dunbar defensive linemen. Quentin Dixon on the stop. Nick Martin almost read the play. Josh Davis come close to handing it off to him instead of Noah Hughes. Third and 1 for Scott County. Josh Davis, quick handoff up the middle to Noah Hughes. Noah Hughes picks up the first down. On the tackle, number 45 for Dunbar, Quentin Dixon. Pick up of 7 yards. Scott County at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, are the Cardinals. Scott County 41 of 46. And 37 of those have been touchdowns. Kendrick Hamilton gets them into the red zone. Right at the 20-yard line. Be second down and 9. Luke Hernandez on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Senior night here for the Bulldogs. Are playing like it. Playing with a lot of emotion here. Up early, 7-0. Davis back to pass. Rolls right, throws left. A little bit of a disconnect there. Covington in the end zone. The pass lands at the 6-yard line. So third down and 9. Josh Davis goes over and gets the play from Coach McKee. About 3 yards on the playing field. So Josh Davis gets the play from Coach McKee. Covington says, I'm not walking all the way to the huddle. You just tell me what it is. I'm going to stand out here on the hash mark. Josh Davis under center. Simon Bond on the wing. It looks like Coach McKee doesn't like what he saw, so he'll call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 3rd down and 8 when we return. Scott County down early, 7-0 on the Scott County Sports Network.
The Shanghai Express Chinese Restaurant is a locally owned restaurant located in the Indian Acres Shopping Center in Georgetown, Kentucky. Tony would like to invite everyone to come on by and dine in the spacious dining room that can host groups both small and large. Shanghai Express has been voted the best Chinese restaurant in Georgetown, Kentucky multiple years in a row by the Georgetown News Graphic. Stop by the restaurant or give Tony a call at 502-868-6858 to enjoy the best Chinese food in Central Kentucky.
Sports Connection is your team and retail sporting goods and custom athletic apparel supplier. Sports Connection is located next to Kroger in the Washington Square Shopping Center in Georgetown. Sports Connection can outfit your team from hats to shoes and everything.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 3rd and 9 for the Cardinals. Josh Davis under center. He comes back. Turnaround pass and give and go to Kendrick Hamilton. Glenn Covington caught it at about the 13-yard line. Looked like a hot potato. He just got rid of it to Kendrick Hamilton. Looked like a jump shot from the hands of Glenn Covington. Isaiah Yeast on the tackle, but Scott County with the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9. We'll get that replay for you of that play. Kendrick Hamilton left side following his blockers. Taking his time, barrels over a Dunbar defender for the touchdown. 9-yard touchdown run for Scott County's Kendrick Hamilton. Scott County, good job right there as Hamilton scores over top of Durante Sanders. Scott County, 2:51 to go. A chance here to tie this ball game. Dummer on for the extra point attempt for Scott County. Tyler Dummer, 47-53 on extra points. Kick is down. And the kick is good, so 2:51 to go. We're knotted at 7 here at John Acre Stadium on the Scott County Sports Network. Back after this.
Whitaker bank shot. I'll give you a Whitaker bank shot. Here's a real Whitaker bank shot. Yes, sir. Here's the winning Whitaker bank shot. Nice shot.
Whitaker bank shot. Now, there's a Whitaker bank shot.
Come on, Coach Honey.
I still got it.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
J&L Pharmacy and Home Medical Equipment, located on South Broadway in Georgetown, Kentucky, is locally owned and operated by Scott County native Philip Johnson. J&L Pharmacy can meet all your prescription and compounding needs, and they will match all local pharmacy prescription cash prices, guaranteed. They have a convenient drive-through window, offer free local delivery, and are open 6 days a week. J&L can also provide you with all your home medical needs, including home oxygen with 24-hour emergency service. Stop by the store or give them a call at 502-863-9823 for all your pharmacy needs.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 2:51 to go. Scott County's Kendrick Hamilton, 9-yard touchdown run, ties up the score thanks to the extra point off the toe of Tyler Dummer. Tyler Dummer kicking off for Scott County. Picked up at the 2-yard line by Durante Sanders. Sanders had a good return in the first quarter. Sanders brings it out for 30 yards. Dunbar starts the possession 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Let's look at that replay. Kendrick Hamilton does a great job here for Scott County. Kendrick Hamilton, set play. They fake the handoff to Noah Hughes. Give it to Kendrick Hamilton coming around from the right side to the left. He's very, very patient. Almost shoestring tackle there. Instead, Kendrick Hamilton over top the Dunbar defender into the end zone for the score for Scott County. 2:42 to go in the first half. Trey Homer quarterbacking for Dunbar. Out is Maurice Carter, number 45. Maurice Carter goes in motion. Decided he wanted to play this quarter. A little bit of confusion, so Paul Rain calls his last timeout of the half. We'll take a timeout as well. Knotted at 7, 2:42 to go here on the Scott County Sports Network.
Well, there's a big name in cars that we all know.
Over 40 years, and Frank Shoup in Georgetown is still a big name in cars.
He's big on service and he's big on deals. He sells all the biggest names on wheels. Frank Shoup's a new tradition. Bring on the competition. Frank Shoup is gonna set the pace.
Georgetown means great cars, great local sports, great people, and Galvin's, a great place where friends meet for great Galvin's food. Galvin's voted the best local restaurant in Georgetown. Enjoy a great specialty sandwich from Philly cheesesteaks to Strombolis. Bring the whole family. Watch the big games on the big screen.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 1st and 10. Kendall Roberts hands it to Harkless. Didn't fool anybody there, especially number 57. Daniel Perkins, a 6-foot senior. A lot of games in Lexington this week with a lot of playoff implications. Scott County will be the number 1 seed. Dunbar will be the 4th seed in the 8th district. Bryan Station and Henry Clay battling. Winner of that game will be the number 2 seed. Lafayette and Tates Creek both undefeated in the District 7 action. They're playing tonight. The winner will be the number 1 seed in that district. Also, Madison Central and George Rogers Clark playing for the 3 and 4 seed in that district as well. Scott County all-out blitz. Quick pitch outside to Harkless. And a good shoestring tackle by Eric Abney. We got a flag on the play.
Eric Abney on the stop for Scott County.
Penalties holding against Dunbar. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Gain of 3 yards on the play. But the holding penalty will be a big one if they mark it off. They are going to decline it, so it'll make it a 3rd down and 10.
The Bulldogs is declined. It's 3rd and 10 Dunbar from the Bulldogs' 33-yard line.
Coach McKee decides to not take the penalty and take the down. Nick Martin, Ladarius Morton move to the left side. Harkless, nowhere to go. Bunched up over there. Scott County. Number 21, Bryce Lawson. Trey Bender. Tyler Braxton. Pick any number you want right there. Scott County had about 10 players. Lost a yard, 4th down and 12. 1:36 to go, so Scott County with a chance to score here at the end of the first half. Scott County calls the timeout. We'll take a timeout as well here on the Scott County Sports Network. Tied at 7. Back after this.
Georgetown means great cars, great local sports, great people, and Galvin's, a great place where friends meet for great Galvin's food. Galvin's voted the best local restaurant in Georgetown. Enjoy a great specialty sandwich from Philly cheesesteaks to Strombolis. Bring the whole family. Watch the big games on the big screens. You'll watch the game. We'll make the munchies like our signature pizzas and home-cut potato chips. Galvin's on Main Street next to the courthouse. Join us on Facebook for all the latest Galvin's act.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Toby Murray run the camera tonight. Kevin Ritchie behind the computers. Me, I'm riding solo. The governor goes on vacation. Don't blame him. He'll be back for next week's game against Covington Catholic. Trey Underwood back to punt. Scott County blocked the last one. They're coming for it again. He gets it away. Dylan Smith calls for a fair catch at the 39-yard line. 34-yard punt for Trey Underwood, averaging about 34 yards per kick on the season. Scott County, 1:31 to go here in the first half. And their big play threat in the backfield, Keith Guy, out with an injury. Keith Guy, 812 yards on the season 8.7 yards per carry. His long of 62. 16 touchdowns. On the sidelines for Scott County. Josh Davis under center for Scott County. Quick handoff to Noah Hughes. He's met at the 40. Bounds off of it. Picks up another 2 yards. Carter Haslett with the tackle for Dunbar, the 5'6" junior linebacker.
Second and 8, Scott County for his own 42-yard line.
Bond in motion. Davis back in the flats. He goes for Kendrick Hamilton. On the coverage is number 1, Durante Sanders. The pass off of Kendrick Hamilton's hands. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for Scott County. 1:02 to go in the first half. Beautiful football stadium here at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. Davis throws it up for Covington. It'll be a jump ball. Glenn Covington and number 3, Braxton Edge. Jump ball. Incomplete. 4th and 8 for Scott County. 56.6 seconds to go. Scott County probably going to punt it right here, as you see. So Dunbar, nobody back again. The last time Josh Davis punt wound up going for 52 net yards. This time he gets it off. See if he gets the roll again. It hits at the 32. Rolls about 8 yards, and Dunbar takes it over at the 24-yard line. 56.6 seconds on the clock.
It'll be 1st and 10 Dunbar.
We'll see what Dunbar tries to do here. Scott County unable to get anything going in their last drive of the first half. So Kendall Roberts back in at quarterback for Dunbar. He, along with Trey Homer, both have played the position for the Bulldogs. The deep threat, Dontel Brown, on the sidelines. Zach Martin and Ladarius Morton line up to the left side. Harkless with the carry on the tackle, number 21 for Scott County. Bryce Lawson. No gain on the play.
Bryce Lawson on the stop.
Clock at 43 seconds and counting. 7-7 is your score. The scoreboard on your screen is correct.
Officials timeout.
So Ladarius Brown is going to have to come out of the ball game.
Somebody in there. Somebody comes out. He's got to go in.
So Roberts gets the play from Paul Raines. Roberts in the shotgun. He's been there all night. 2nd down and 9. They hand it to Harkless. Harkless goes left side. Scott County kind of prevent defense. Cooper Robb with the shoestring tackle. Going to pick up and up for a 1st down. So Dunbar has an opportunity here to get one more play off. The clock will start as soon as the chains get moved for the 1st down.
1st and 10 Dunbar. The ball resting at the Bulldogs' 35-yard line. And ladies and gentlemen,
And that's going to be the end of the first half. Dunbar fans have to be happy. They're tied with Scott County 7-7 here on the Scott County Sports Network. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have first half stats for both teams. And the governor mailed in his keys to the second half. He's watching from North Carolina. We'll get those for you as well here on the Scott County Sports Network. Tied at 7. Back after this.
Time for oral surgery. You need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County. Dave Baker asked the question. I can't answer it. How long has it been since Scott County and their potent offense has only scored 7 points in a half? We'll have to check that out, but I don't think I'll get the answer tonight. But you look at the scoreboard, 7-7 is your score. You look at the stat sheet, Scott County has scored 244 points in the first half this season. Dunbar's given up 116, but one of the nice things about high school football, you can throw all that paper out the window. They play it on the field, and right now, Dunbar has to be thrilled going into the locker room. Tied at 7 with Scott County. Looking at the scoring summaries for the ball game, only 2 scores. Scott County looked to be in position A, 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Josh Davis goes back to pass. He's hit from behind by Dunbar's Nick Martin. The ball goes loose, picked up by Dontel Brown. Dontel Brown, when he's done, he's traveled 72 yards to pay dirt. The underward kick is good. Dunbar up 7-0 at 5:45 to go in the first half. Scott County back at 2:51 mark. Kendrick Hamilton, a 9-yard touchdown run. Tyler Dunbar's kick is good. 9 plays, 56 yards. Took 2 minutes, 48 seconds. And the score is tied at 7 apiece. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll go over the team and individual stats and much more here on the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County 7, Dunbar 7. Back after this.
The Shanghai Express Chinese Restaurant is a locally owned restaurant located in the Indian Acres Shopping Center in Georgetown, Kentucky. Tony would like to invite everyone to come on by and dine in the spacious dining room that can host groups both small and large. Shanghai Express has been voted the best Chinese restaurant in Georgetown, Kentucky multiple years in a row by the Georgetown News Graphic. Stop by the restaurant or give Tony a call at 502-868-6858 to enjoy the best Chinese food in Central Kentucky.
Sports Connection is your team and retail sporting goods and custom athletic apparel supplier. Sports Connection is located next to Kroger in the Washington Square Shopping Center in Georgetown. Sports Connection can outfit your team from hats to shoes and everything in between. Drop by or call Daryl, Scott, or Jessica at 502-570-0280. Sports Connection, a proud sponsor and athletic and sporting goods supplier to Scott County and Georgetown College athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. We're at the half. 7-7 is your score. That is correct. The scoreboard on the screen is correct. We're tied up at 7. Looking at the team stats. First down, Scott County with only 5 first down. Dunbar with 7. Rushing, Scott County 16 of carries for 69 yards. Dunbar 24 attempts for 52 yards. Passing, Scott County's Josh Davis 3 of 6 for 24 yards. Kendall Roberts, 3 of 5, 457 for Dunbar. Add it all up, your total offensive plays. Scott County ran 22 offensive plays for 93 total yards. Dunbar, 29 offensive plays for 109 yards. Dunbar, 1 fumble return. Running back for 72 yards. Kickoff return, Scott County 1 for 15. Dunbar 2 for 61. Punts, Scott County punted twice, an average of 43 yards for Josh Davis. Trey Underwood punted twice. One of those was blocked. His net average is 16.5. Scott County, the only fumble of the ball game. No interceptions, no penalties for Scott County. 4 for Dunbar. Possession favors Dunbar. 16 minutes and 22 seconds to only 7:38 for Scott County. Scott County 2 of 5 on third down conversions. 1 of 6 on third down conversions was Dunbar. Fourth down conversion, Scott County 0 of 1, while Dunbar was 1 of 2. Scott County 1 for 1 in red zone scoring chances. Paul Lawrence Dunbar 0 for 2 thanks to 2 5-yard penalties for the Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the individual stats. You're at the half here on the Scott County Sports Network, tied at 7. We'll be back right after this.
Well, there's a big name in cars that we all know.
Over 40 years, and Frank Shoup in Georgetown is still a big name in cars.
He's big on service and he's big on deals. He sells all the biggest names on wheels. Frank Shoup's a new tradition. Bring on the competition. Frank Shoup is gonna set the pace.
Georgetown means great cars, great local sports, great people, and Galvin's, a great place where friends meet for great Galvin's food. Galvin's voted the best local restaurant in Georgetown. Enjoy a great specialty sandwich from Philly cheesesteaks to Strombolis. Bring the whole family. Watch the big games on the big screens. You'll watch the game. We'll make the munchies like our signature pizzas and home-cut potato chips. Galvin's on Main Street next to the courthouse. Join us on Facebook for all the latest Galvin's.
Time for oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. The Paul Lawrence Dunbar Band performing on the field at halftime. We're about 7.5 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Let's look at our individual stats. First for Scott County, Kendrick Hamilton had 6 touches, 33 yards gained, 1 touchdown, 5.5-yard average. Noah Hughes had a big night last week, 282 yards. Dunbar has made an effort to not let him hurt him this week as he did last week against Bryan Station. This week he's 7 touches, 32 yards, no touchdowns, 4.3-yard average. Josh Davis, the quarterback, 2 carries for a net 6 yards. Simon Bond, 1 carry for no yards. Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Jefferson Harkless, 19 carries, 66 net yards. Durante Sanders had 3 touches for a negative 1 yards, and the quarterback Kendall Roberts, 2 sacks for a negative 13 yards. Passing, Josh Davis for Scott County, 3 of 6 for 24 yards. Kendall Roberts, 3 of 5 for 57 yards. However, he was sacked 2 times. Receiving, Glenn Covington for Scott County, 3 catches for 21 yards. And for Dunbar, Dontel Brown, 2 catches for 44 yards, and Maurice Carter, 1 catch for 13. Punting, Josh Davis, 2 punts for a net of 43 yards. Trey Underwood, 1 punt for 29 yards and had 1 punt blocked. Defensively, Scott County led in tackles by Cooper Robb with 5. Dylan Smith had 3. Trey Bender had 3. And Keyshawn Brent with 4 tackles. On the Dunbar side of the ledger, Quentin Dixon had 4 tackles. Dontel Brown with 3. Durante Sanders had 3 tackles. And Maurice Carter had 2. That's pretty much your individual stats and your team stats, but the only stat that matters is the scoreboard, and it says 7-7. We are tied at John Acre Stadium here on the campus of Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School in Lexington. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the second half here on the Scott County Sports Network.
The Hilton Garden Inn, Georgetown, is proud to be the exclusive hotel provider for Scott County Athletics. As Georgetown's premier hotel, Hilton Garden Inn provides comfortable accommodations, flexible meeting space, and a full-service restaurant just inside the lobby. Come join us for daily home-cooked specials in the All-American Grill, which is open for both breakfast and dinner. A winning team, the Scott County Cardinals, and the Hilton Garden Inn, Georgetown.
United Bank, together with you. We offer all the services you're looking for in a financial institution: convenience, great accounts, internet banking, and attentive customer service. With today's hectic pace, it's good to know United Bank meets your needs with locations right where you need them. With 13 offices in Scott, Jessamine, Fayette, and Woodford counties, 24/7 access to cash at our branch ATMs, and the Bluegrass Cash locations in Lexington, United Bank is together with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
The Hilton Garden Inn, Georgetown, is proud to be the exclusive hotel provider for Scott County Athletics. As Georgetown's premier hotel, Hilton Garden Inn provides comfortable accommodations, flexible meeting space, and a full-service restaurant just inside the lobby. Come join us for daily home-cooked specials in the All-American Grill, which is open for both breakfast and dinner. A winning team, the Scott County Cardinals, and the Hilton Garden Inn, Georgetown.
United Bank, together with you. We offer all the services you're looking for in a financial institution: convenience, great accounts, internet banking, and attentive customer service. With today's hectic pace, it's good to know United Bank meets your needs with locations right where you need them. With 13 offices in Scott, Jessamine, Fayette, and Woodford counties, 24/7 access to cash at our branch ATMs, and the Bluegrass Cash locations in Lexington, United Bank is together with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
The Scott County Public Library allows 3-week checkouts. This allows you to enjoy your favorite books, movies, and DVDs free of charge. Unlike a credit card, we don't charge interest. We save you money. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just use your library card and PIN number to put books or movies on hold, or download ebooks and free music. Scott County Public Library. Every day, every aid.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County, uncharacteristic, not able to put the ball in the end zone today. Scott County, 0 of 1 on 4th down conversions, only 2 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. You got to give Dunbar a lot of credit for that. Scott County, without Keith Guy, Dunbar decides that they're going to make sure that Noah Hughes, they stopped that fullback dive. They've done a good job of it all night, as Noah Hughes has touched the ball 7 times, only has 30 net yards. Scott County, the only team to score offensively in the first half. They scored on a 9-yard touchdown run from Kendrick Hamilton. Dunbar's only score was off a fumble recovery after a quarterback sack. Zach Martin hit Josh Davis in the backfield about 9 yards deep. Dontel Brown picks it up at the 28-yard line. Runs 72 yards for the score for Dunbar's only score of the first half. So Dunbar has to be happy here on senior night. They introduced the football seniors, the band seniors, the cheerleading seniors, and the dance team seniors before the ball game. So Scott County has to figure out something here. Scott County, like we said earlier, scored 244 points in the first half this season. Dunbar, on the other hand, has given up 116. When you put those two numbers together, you would think Scott County would. You would think Scott County would have the opportunity to put up big points. But if you look at last week's game, Dunbar held the very potent Henry Clay Blue Devils to 14 points. Unfortunately for them, they were only able to score 6 as they took it on the chin, 14-6. Scott County, last week, when you look at what they did against Bryan Station without Keith Guy, who got hurt on the first play of the ball game, Scott County was able to put 40 points on the board. But tonight, they've only been able to score 7. So we'll do this. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching Scott County football on the Scott County Sports Network. Back at
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 3 minutes away from kickoff here. Looking at my phone, the governor decided not to send his key to the second half, but pretty simple. Scott County has to continue doing what they're doing defensively. They have bent a little bit. Dunbar's got down to the 20-yard line twice. They've been unable to score both times. Scott County moving the football pretty well, but Scott County has to find an answer. They've stopped the fullback dive of Noah Hughes, and Scott County up to this point unable to gain a lot of yards without that fullback dive being successful for Noah Hughes. Dunbar, on the other hand, they had the big defensive play on the touchdown from Dontrell Brown, but Scott County needs to figure a way to get the ball into the end zone. Looking at the halftime scores, Lafayette up 15-14. Henry Clay's up over Station 21-14. Lexington Catholic, after the big win against Boyle County last week, are leading Garrett County 21-8. And Madison Central all over Clark County 29-0. So it looks like Madison Central will be the number 3 seed in the 7th district. Clark County will be the number 4 seed. And the 1 and 2 seeds up in the air as Lafayette only up 1 against Tates Creek at halftime. We'll take our final timeout. We'll come back for the start of the third quarter. Scott County, according to the governor, Mark Walls, needs to score on the first possession. We'll be back right after this.
The Hawkinsmith Agency is proud to call Scott County home. We're your Main Street insurance that blends tradition and innovation to offer the best quality service to our clients. By offering a wide range of coverage from the impressive list of major insurance companies, we truly meet your insurance coverage needs. Come visit us at 224 East Main in Georgetown or online at hawkinsmithagency.com. The Hawkinsmith Agency, providing coverage for the Motorist Insurance Group for all your insurance needs.
People's Exchange Bank doesn't think you can get where you want to go by cutting corners, playing games, or sacrificing relationships. Roots take time to grow and give strength and stability. Since 1912, our banks and our people have been part of your community. And while our services continue to keep pace with your need for today's high-tech conveniences, we know that loyalty never grows old. You don't just need a bank, you need people. People's Exchange Bank. People serving people since 1912.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County get the football to start the second half. Simon Bond and Dylan Smith back deep for Scott County. Trey Underwood, he'll kick off from the left hash mark. The governor actually sent in his keys to the second half. He says Scott County needs to take care of the football. And when they get on offense, they need to score points on the first possession. If they're on defense, which they are not, but the first time they have the defense on the field, they need to get a 3 and out and set the tone. And the key to him is the longer they let Dunbar stay close, the more confidence the Bulldogs will have. So a short kick picked up at the 32-yard line, ran out to the 37, Scott County. Starts a possession, 1st and 10.
Stopped on the play by 56, Tyron Harris. It'll be 1st and 10, Scott
So Noah Kane on the return for Scott County. Number 56 for Dunbar with the tackle.
Check that ball at the 37.
Tyron Harris. So Scott County out under the direction of Josh Davis, the left-handed sophomore quarterback. Noah Hughes directly behind him. In motion, Kendrick Hamilton. Josh Davis started the game out with the quarterback keeper. He's going to start the second half out with the quarterback keeper. In the first half, he picked up 15. Here he didn't fool anybody, only picks up 1. So we got an injured player on the field. It's going to be Josh Davis. He's up quickly. Trainer Dan. So Cooper Robb, the backup quarterback, will have to come in for Josh Davis.
Davis, the injured Cardinal on the play. Number 7, Cooper Robb, in at quarterback.
Cooper Robb, 5 of 8 with 1 interception on the season. 1 touchdown. He'll be in for at least 1 play. Look for the handoff to Noah Hughes. Instead, we get a pass to Glenn Covington. Glenn Covington loses the football, picked up by Scott County, number 25. Kendrick Hamilton picks it up. Are they going to say it was down? The fumble was caused by Luke Hernandez at the 39-yard line. Kendrick Hamilton picks, number 45. Bryce Fryman with the recovery for Scott County. Get his first action of the ball game. So Scott County, a little bit of trickeration to start the second half. That's got them 3rd and 15. And now we got illegal motion against Kendrick Hamilton of Scott County. Coach McKee's not happy because that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Instead of being 3rd and 14, it's going to be 3rd and 19.
Third down and 19, Scott County.
So not the down and distance that Scott County likes. So they're going to try to put and adjust the time clock. They're going to put 13 seconds back on the clock. Good job by the clock keeper. Got it in quickly. We're back to live action. Bryce Fryman loses his footing on the turf. Brought down by Maurice Carter. So it was a battle of 245s there. And Josh Davis in to punt for Scott County. Dunbar will have someone deep. This time it's going to be number 1, Durante Sanders. Number 24, Maurice Carter, it looks like. Davis gets the punt off. Davis. Carter fakes like it goes to the right side. Instead, the punt goes to the left side. And Paul Lawrence Dunbar will start the possession. 27-yard line. So Scott County has punted 3 times tonight. 2 of those, nobody was back. And in that time, nobody should have been back there either because Maurice Carter goes to the right. The punt goes to the left. So Dunbar's defense does the job in their first initial possession by Scott County in the 3rd quarter. Now it's Scott County's defense has to step up. Handoff to Harkless around the right side. Splits the defenders, and he's into the midfield. Brought down from behind by Scott County's Eric Abney. 42-yard pickup by Harkless. And Dunbar, after 1 play, they flip the field now. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Scott County 31-yard line. So big play by the Bulldogs to start the second half in their first possession. Harkless did a good job of just reading the blockers there. He found the hole, and once he found it, off to the races, and Eric Abney runs him down from behind. Trey Homer in at quarterback. This time he goes to Durante Sanders, tripped up by Eric Abney. Then he got some help from Bryce Lawson and Tyler Braxton. Short game on the play. Second down for Dunbar. Harkless back in for the Bulldogs. Out goes Durante Sanders, Trey Homer. They started with Kendall Roberts, but both of those guys split time at the QB spot for Dunbar. Homer's a sophomore. Kendall Roberts a senior. Harkless again behind about 5 Bulldog blockers. Josh Smith on the tackle from Scott County. A pickup of 3 yards. It'll be third down and 7. Power football by Lawrence Dunbar. They got 2 big guys off the line of scrimmage. That would be Zach Martin and Ladarius Morton. Martin back in. This time Martin and Ladarius Morton on the right side. Harkless hit in the backfield. Great job by Trey Bender right there.
Brought down on the play by number 62, Trey Bender.
Harkless has had a lot of opportunity to run, but not that time as Trey Bender meets him 2 yards deep in the backfield. And they'll be fourth down and 9. And Dunbar looks like they're going to go for it as Trey Homer trots in to the huddle. You got to look for Dontrell Brown right here. Brown lined up on the right side. Homer's back. Martin is going to get called for holding.
That's an awful call.
Dylan Smith knocks him out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Penalty flag on the play.
It's going to be holding against Zach Martin.
Call is holding against Dunbar. 10 yards to the spot. He barely breathed on the guy.
7:24 to go. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So what would have been a first down for Dunbar?
Penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Holding against Dunbar.
So it's going to be fourth and long.
Fourth down.
21 yards. 22 yards. Fourth and 22.
It'll be fourth and 22.
And Dunbar is going to go for it. Fourth and 22. Not a lot of teams have a play in their arsenal to pick up 22 yards.
That was an awful call.
Homer with the snap. He's back to pass. He's going to take off. Run down from behind by Scott County's Tyler Braxton. Short gain to Scott County. Tackles Trey Homer on the quarterback keeper for no gain. Thanks to Tyler Braxton, Scott County takes over on downs. So again, Dunbar shoots themselves in the foot. They get into Scott County territory. Penalties do them in again. Dunbar had 4 penalties for 20 yards in that first half. Big holding call right there. Instead of a first down, it turned into fourth and 22, and Noah Hughes picks up 9 for Scott County. Luke Hernandez and Isaiah Yeast.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second and 1, Scott County from the Dunbar 49-yard line.
So Scott County's Noah Hughes needs to come up big for the Cardinals. 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. Scott County only in the second possession of the second half. Kendrick Hamilton skates through, gets down to the 35-yard line. Durante Sanders on the tackle for Dunbar.
Gain of 15 yards on the play. It's first and 10, Scott County. The ball is the Dunbar.
So Scott County, 2 big plays to start their second possession of the half. Josh Davis with Simon Bond in motion. They go to Noah Hughes. Noah Hughes, he's going to pick up 6. On the tackle, Carter Hazlett and Luke Hernandez, the linebackers for Dunbar. On the tackle.
Second down and 4. The ball is the Dunbar 28-yard line.
Not a lot of energy in the stadium right now on either side. I think both sets of fans are kind of sitting, waiting for something to happen. And it might be the type of ball game, the first big play by either team might be hard to overcome here as we go under 5:43 to go. In the third quarter, Noah Hughes picks up 6. It'll be a first down tackle by Isaiah Yeast. 23-yard line are the Cardinals. Josh Davis under the center. Kobe McKee in motion. Hamilton, quick pitch left side to Simon Bond. Simon Bond quickly through the line. He's going to pick up about 15. Injured player. Braxton Edge with the tackle for Dunbar.
That's a gain of 13 yards.
They stopped the clock for an injured Dunbar player.
Carry is good for another Scott County first down.
Teron Harris in for Dunbar. First and goal, Scott County, about the 9.5-yard line. Covington wide right. 25. Kendrick Hamilton on the carry. No gain on the play. Number 66.
Stopped on the play by 56, Tyron Harris.
That'll be number 56, Tyron Harris, the senior linebacker. So now it'll be second and goal from the 11. Dunbar's done a good job all night long in the red zone. Here's Simon Bond. He's got room, and he goes in untouched for the touchdown. Good job blocking by Glenn Covington and Kendrick Hamilton. And Scott County scores from 10 yards out. Simon Bond with a nice run. Playing in place of the injured Keith Guy. He scores at the 4:46 mark in the third quarter, and Scott County with the lead, 13-6. Tyler Dummer in. He'll take a half a step and kick the football through the uprights, and Scott County takes the lead. It's now Scott County 14, Dunbar 7. Scott County's answered the bell here in the third quarter. We'll come back and see what Dunbar can do with their next possession on the Scott County Sports Network.
The Scott County Public Library allows 3-week checkouts. This allows you to enjoy your favorite books, movies, and DVDs free of charge. Unlike a credit card, we don't charge interest. We save you money. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just use your library card and PIN number to put books or movies on hold or download ebooks and free music. Scott County Public Library. Every day, every aid.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County on a 10-yard touchdown run by Simon Bond. We'll see the play right here. Simon Bond, great job. He comes from the left side, follows his blockers, does a great job, cuts it back inside, and Dunbar doesn't lay a hand on him as he goes 10 yards untouched for Scott County's second touchdown of the ball game. Scott County, great job offensively right there. A couple of big runs by Noah Hughes. One big run by Kendrick Hamilton. A couple of big runs by Simon Bond. And Scott County, the end result is a touchdown as they take the lead. 14-7 with 4:46 to go here in the third quarter. Tyler Dummer set to kick off for Scott County. Tyler Dummer, 33 of 56 on touchbacks. The weather's getting a little bit colder, and it's going to be fielded at the 1-yard line by Dunbar. Dunbar's number 24, Maurice Carter.
Maurice Carter with a return of Dummer's kick.
He returns it out to the 25-yard line. Keyshawn Brent up off the pile. Dylan Smith, KJ Christopher. All those guys helped out Cooper Robb, who gets the official credit for the tackle. It looks like Cooper Robb, the way he's walking, he earned that tackle. So Paul Lawrence Dunbar has to answer. Scott County gets their first lead of the ball game. They're up 14-7 in Dunbar. Has to answer here. Keep this one close. So Trey Homer still quarterbacking for the Bulldogs. He has Harkless to his left side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Took a little bit too long. Daniel Perkins meets him, along with Josh Smith. It's going to be a half sack for both of them, as there's a 3-yard loss on the play. Just took a little bit too long for Trey Homer to get that play started. They had a power setup to the left side with Zach Martin and Ladarius Morton. Up close to the line, you had Harkless blocking as well. But Scott County's defensive line, a great job of penetration. And they get to Homer before he can get started. So 2nd down and 13 for the Bulldogs. Homer dump pass over the middle intended for Brown. He has to go up for it. Does not catch it. Eric Abney and Trey Bender with the hit. Dontrell Brown's going to go back and talk to Trey Homer and says, look, don't throw it up in the air. Those guys hit pretty hard. As Bender and Abney both hit him right in the ribs. So 3rd and 13, not the play and down that you want if you're the Dunbar Bulldogs. Scott County defensively, like Mark Wall said, they need to go 3 and out here and maintain the momentum. Here's the handoff to Harkless. One guy to beat, Trey Abney. There with the tackle, along with Bryce Lawson. Short gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and remain 14. Actually a loss of about a half a yard. And now Trey Underwood's back into punt for those Bulldogs. Underwood's punted 25 times on the season. Scott County's blocked one of them tonight out of 3 chances. He gets this one off. Dylan Smith's going to catch it at the 47 and have room. Dylan Smith looking for one blocker. And the shoestring tackle by number 66 for Dunbar. Marshall Nelson, a 6'1 sophomore, big play as he grabs the foot and doesn't let go. So a 14-yard return by Dylan Smith. Scott County inside the Dunbar side of the field. They'll start the possession at the 39-yard line. And a big defensive stand right here needed by Dunbar. So down 14-7. Scott County just took it to pay dirt in their last possession. Dunbar goes 3 and out. Josh Davis under center for Scott County. Glenn Covington wide to the right side. Simon Bond on the wing. Kendrick Hamilton, Noah Hughes. Hamilton in motion. They give it to Hughes. He's tripped up on a good play by Dunbar. I think it's number 45. Excuse me, number 48. Ladarius Morton. Double duty for the big fullback. Playing defensive line is Ladarius Morton. All 5'11", 245 of him. So a short gain, 2nd and a long 8 for Scott County. Let's make it 9. Kendrick Hamilton. Inside out handoff. And he's met and loses a yard. On the tackle, Zach Martin. Or excuse me, Nick Martin. I apologize. Under 2 minutes to go, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 for Scott County.
The ball at the Dunbar 39-yard line.
Covington wide to the right. You got to look for a fade pass to him. He's been covered by number 21, Isaiah Yeast. We're going to get a flag on the play. It's going to be a penalty against Scott County. Illegal procedure against Scott County. False start. We talked about Dunbar not having a play for 3rd and 21. It's hard to have a good play for 3rd and 15. But Coach McKee trying to dial it up right here with 1:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dunbar doing what they needed. They've got Scott County in 3 plays. They've lost a total of a negative 5 yards, counting the penalty. Scott County no penalties in the first half. Try to go fancy with Kendrick Hamilton. Dunbar's number 48 is Norton. Ladarius Morton. 2 big plays. It'll be 4th down and 16 for the Cardinals. That means Josh Davis will come in to punt.
Josh Davis back to punt. Carter back deep for Dunbar.
Davis 3 punts tonight. Catches a low snap, gets it off. We get a flag on the play.
They're going to rule that Davis's knee was down on the catch.
He catches the ball in the dirt, knee on the ground, and it'll be Dunbar possession inside Scott County territory. So if you're a Dunbar fan, you got to be happy with that possession as Dunbar flips the field on Scott County after the low punt. Josh Davis has to go down to a knee to catch it. In high school football, once the knee is down and you have contact with the football, the play is over. So 1st and 10 Dunbar at the 44-yard line. So Trey Homer started the quarterback spot for Dunbar in the second half. Now Kendall Roberts, the senior, will get his opportunity. 1st and 10, 44-yard line in Scott County territory. He hands it to Harkless. He goes left side to the power side. Eric Abney shoots the gap and the tackle. Along with number 92, Gavin Hernandez. Loss of 3 yards on the play, so Scott County's figured that play out. Dunbar keeps wanting to run it. They ran it about 4 times here in the second half, and I think they've lost yardage on each attempt. So a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13, and they're going to let the clock run out, and that'll get us to the 4th quarter. Your score, after 3, Scott County 14, Dunbar 7. We'll take a timeout. We'll see what the Bulldogs have in store when we start the 4th quarter, and we return on the Scott County Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Whitaker bank shot. I'll give you a Whitaker bank shot. Here's a real Whitaker bank shot. Yes, sir. Here's a winning Whitaker bank shot. Nice shot.
Whitaker bank shot. Now, there's a Whitaker bank shot.
Come on, Coach Honey.
I still got it.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
J&L Pharmacy and Home Medical Equipment, located on South Broadway in Georgetown, Kentucky, is locally owned and operated by Scott County native Philip Johnson. J&L Pharmacy can meet all your prescription and compounding needs, and they will match all local pharmacy prescription cash prices, guaranteed. They have a convenient drive-through window, offer free local delivery, and are open 6 days a week. J&L can also provide you with all your home medical needs, including home oxygen with 24-hour emergency service. Stop by the store or give them a call at 502-863-9823 for all your pharmacy needs.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 3 quarters in the books. Scoreboard reads Scott County 14. Paul Lawrence Dunbar 7. Dunbar has the ball. And they'll start the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 13. Roberts inside handoff. Durante Sanders runs into his own man. He drops down at the 41-yard line. He had an opening right there as they go inside handoff. Durante Sanders picks up 7. Make it pick up of 6. Scott County very fortunate right there as he ran into his own blocker.
Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7. The ball resting at the Scott County 41-yard line.
So regardless of the outcome, Scott County will be the number 1 seed in the 8th district. Dunbar will be the number 4 seed. Station and Henry Clay playing. The winner will be the number 2 seed. Trey Homer back in. He fakes the pitch, goes right side. Tackle from behind by Trey Bender of Scott County. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Very manageable down and distance for Dunbar. So pretty much with Trey Homer in the ball game, pretty much a running threat from the quarterback spot. Kendall Roberts is pretty much a typical handoff or pass type of quarterback. Lafayette and Tates Creek. It was 15-14 at halftime. The winner of that one will be the District 7 champion. Paul Raines continue to flip quarterbacks. This time Roberts will be in the ball game. 4th down and 2. Got to look out for Jefferson Harkless. And there's going to be a flag because they got 12 men on the field. So that's a second illegal participation for Dunbar. And if you're Coach Paul Raines or a Dunbar Bulldog fan, you cannot be happy because it goes from 4th down and 2. Now it'll be 4th down and 7, and that's a huge difference. Inexcusable right there. As Paul Raines brings his offense over to the sideline.
4th and 7, Dunbar.
And Coach Raines taking his time.
The ball at the Scott County.
And Coach Paul Raines is going to take a timeout. His team, 4th and 7, they're down by 7. It's 14-7 with 10 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the ball game. Scott County with the lead. We'll be back on the Scott County Sports Network.
The Hockensmith Agency is proud to call Scott County home. We're your Main Street insurance that blends tradition and innovation to offer the best quality service to our clients. By offering a wide range of coverage from the impressive list of major insurance companies, we truly meet your insurance coverage needs. Come visit us at 224 East Main in Georgetown or online at HockensmithAgency.com. The Hockensmith Agency, providing coverage for the Motorist Insurance Group for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 4th down and 7 for the Bulldogs. In my opinion, you got to punt it right here and pin Scott County back deep. Instead, Dunbar looks like they're going to go for it. Big play call. No, we got 10 minutes and 9 seconds to go left in the ball game. Dunbar only down by 7. But you don't want to give Scott County the football in good field position. But 4th down and 7. Here we go. Kendall Roberts back to pass. He goes deep over the middle, too. Number 24, and we're going to get a defensive pass interference as the pass intended for Maurice Carter. And they say pass interference against Scott County, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty to result in an automatic 1st down.
15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
So Dunbar gets the play they want. They fake the handoff to Harkless. Roberts goes back, tries to hit Carter over the middle. Good coverage, except you can't touch the man until he has the football. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 26-yard line of Scott County. 10 minutes, 1 second to go. 14-7, Dunbar moving after the big penalty call against Scott County. Scott County aided in their scoring possession by a big penalty call against Dunbar. Scott County returns the favor. We'll see what Dunbar can do as they hand it off to Harkless. Jefferson Harkless goes left side, and again, Scott County has schemed something up at halftime. That play has been ran about 8 times and has been unsuccessful every time here in the second half. Trey Homer coming in for the Bulldogs. Second down and a long 10. Martin and Morton. Pretty much every play they're switching sides. They go to Harkless, and they've sniffed it out again. Tyler Braxton
Harkless on the play.
loses a yard again.
Jeremiah Happy and Trey Bender in on the stop.
Show a little love to Jeremiah Happy. He gets credit for a tackle as well.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Jeremiah Happy, 28 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. He'll get a half tackle there as they lost about a yard. Tyler Braxton, what a senior season. 32 solo tackles, 19 assisted, 10.5 tackles for loss coming into the ball game, 6.5 sacks. Tyler Braxton all over the place defensively from that linebacker spot, and Coach Paul Raines is going to take another timeout. 3rd down and 12. Dunbar takes their second timeout of the second half. We'll be back, 8:26 to go. Scott County up 7, 14-7. Dunbar with a 3rd and 12 when we return on the Scott County Sports Network.
J&L Pharmacy and Home Medical Equipment, located on South Broadway in Georgetown, Kentucky, is locally owned and operated by Scott County native Philip Johnson. J&L Pharmacy can meet all your prescription and compounding needs, and they will match all local pharmacy prescription cash prices, guaranteed. They have a convenient drive-through window, offer free local delivery, and are open 6 days a week. J&L can also provide you with all your home medical needs, including home oxygen with 24-hour emergency service. Stop by the store or give them a call at 502-863-9823 for all your pharmacy needs.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Coach Paul Raines talking to his Bulldog offense. Scott County defensively looking for the big play. They had Dunbar 4th down and 7. Dunbar goes deep. Maurice Carter was the intended receiver. Pass interference against Scott County. But since then, they've ran the 2 plays to the left. Both times they've lost yardage, and now it's 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. Trey Homer back. Looks for a quarterback keeper. He's trying to outrun Scott County. He gets away from 4 defenders, loses the football. The ball picked up by Scott County. Number 92, Gavin Hernandez. He's got blockers. And 1 man to beat, and he finally runs out of bounds as number 71 gets credit for the tackle for Dunbar. But Dunbar, Trey Bender causes it, and Gavin Hernandez picks it up. So a big defensive play there by Scott County as Trey Bender forces the fumble. Gavin Hernandez picks it up, scampers for a bunch. We'll see what the official total is. Dunbar's first turnover of the night. So Josh Davis in for Scott County. 8:09 to go. Scott County up 7. Big turn of events right here. Both teams big plays. Both teams picks up fumbles. Dunbar runs theirs back for a touchdown. Ben Hernandez runs his back to the 22-yard line. And Noah Hughes all the way down to the 9-yard line as he picks up 14 yards. Braxton Edge with the tackle for Dunbar and Scott County. He's got the momentum.
Gain of 13 on the play. 1st and 10, Scott County. 1st and goal, ball just inside the 10.
Josh Davis under center. Handoff to Simon Bond. He's met immediately by Luke Hernandez and his partner Carter Hazlett. So Dunbar has had 43 total plays for 114 yards up to this point. Scott County, 37 plays for 147 yards. So if you like defense, you've enjoyed this football game tonight. Loss of a yard for Scott County. Davis fakes the pass to Covington, tries to flip it over to Kendrick Hamilton. Line drive pass is incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and goal for Scott County.
3rd and goal, Scott County.
Scott County has to come away with points. You don't want to give Dunbar a chance to score and go for a 2-point conversion and beat you as we got 7:14 to go. Josh Davis under center, Noah Hughes behind him. Pass over the middle, intended for Jordan Darnell, is picked off by number 24. Maurice Carter keeps the hopes alive for the Bulldogs as he picks off the Josh Davis pass at the goal line.
Ryan Hudson on the stop for Scott County. Bulldogs take over 1st and 10.
So Dunbar
5-yard line.
bent a lot there but didn't break, and they'll have the chance. Down 7 at the 5-yard line. 7:03 to go, plenty of time. Big plays by the defense. 2 fumble recoveries, long runs, 1 for each team. And it might be the play of the night for the Bulldogs as Maurice Carter picks off the pass intended for Jordan Darnell at the end zone. Kendall Roberts back into quarterback for the Bulldogs. Harkless goes left side. A little bit of a change, and he's got room. He's going to be run down by Dylan Smith, but A pickup of 39 yards. And again, a little wrinkle right there. They've been running that play to Harkless to the power side behind Nick Martin and Ladarius Morton. This time, they hand it to Harkless, and he goes left. Scott County wasn't ready for it. He gets the edge and finally run down after a 39-yard gain by Dylan Smith. So Dunbar out quickly to the 44-yard line as we go under 7 minutes to go here in the ball game. So Dunbar entered the ball game 3-5. They were 0-2 in the district. Scott County a 7-1, 2-0 in the district. But Dunbar trying to pull the upset. Durante Sanders this time, same play, run the other way, same result. On the tackle is Dylan Smith. Durante Sanders picks up 11, another first down as Dunbar goes into Scott County territory down to the 45-yard line.
Good for another Dunbar first down. First and 10 Bulldogs from the Scott County 45-yard line.
So Kendall Roberts gets the play from head coach Paul Raines in his third season. We're having an official timeout.
Official timeout.
And looks like Mr. Nick Martin is having a uniform malfunction. They say he's got blood on his elbow. And I think it's safe to say Mr. Martin is not happy about having to come out of the ball game. 6.5 minutes to go, 14-7. Scott County up 7. Dunbar started this possession at their own 5-yard line. Huge run by Harkless, followed up by 11-yard gain by Durante Sanders. Now they're inside Scott County territories. He hands off to Sanders. Sanders yet to go down. He busts through. Tackled by Keyshawn Brent, but he picks up 14 as he gets down to the 31-yard line. And the momentum has switched back to the Bulldogs. So in under a minute, Dunbar has went 64 yards to get it down to the 31-yard line. Kendall Roberts, the quarterback for this series. Running from the shotgun. Goes left side to Durante Sanders. Trey Bender tries to make the shoestring tackle. Bryce Lawson knocks him out of bounds. Pickup of 9.
Bryce Lawson on the tackle for Scott County.
They're going to say a pickup of 8 yards, excuse me.
Second down and 2.
This is what you got to like about high school football. I talked about Scott County stopping that play where they pretty much hand off behind the big guys, Morton and Martin. Coach Paul Raines has had the same formation, but he keeps going to the opposite way. And the running back for Dunbar is able to get outside, pick up big gains about 4 times in a row here. So battle of wits, Paul Raines and defensive coordinator Monty McIntyre for Scott County. Durante Sanders brought down in the backfield by Bryce Lawson and Trey Bender.
That's Trey Bender on the tackle.
So it'll be a loss of a yard on the play. 3rd down and 3. Under 5 minutes to go. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to say they're getting close to the ball game. Paul Raines has went forward on 4th down almost every time here tonight. Both teams have punted 3 times. Scott County 44-yard average. Dunbar 21-yard average, but one of the punts was blocked. Harkless taking his time. On the tackle, Tyler Braxton. They're going to say Durante Sanders on the carry, but I think it was Mr. Harkless. 4th down and 2. Big chance right here for Scott County. Trying to answer Dunbar. Dunbar with the interception at the end zone by Maurice Carter. You got to keep an eye for Harkless. Also, I think you got to keep an eye for Dontel Brown. He's lined up at the tight end spot to the left of Martin. They're going to hand it to Harkless. Power move. He's got the blockers. He's going to go out of bounds at the 24-yard line. And Scott County defensively, I think they're going to hold them. As Tyler Braxton does a good job. When you looked at it, when that play was developing, you're going behind Ladarius Morton and Zach Martin, about 4 defenders. But Scott County's defense answers the bell, so both defenses doing a good job here. Big play after big play. Scott County didn't get the turnover, or forced a turnover, but they got the turnover on downs, which is good. So 3:41 to go. Scott County trying to hold on. They're up 14-7. As Dunbar trying to stay positive. Like we always say, Coach McKee very, very good at clock management at the end of ball games. We got a stop of the clock.
Timeout on the field.
And we're going to adjust the yard markers. Good eye by the white hat. So Scott County starts possession, 3:41 to go in the ball game, up 7. It's 14-7 is your score. Handoff up the middle, should be a face mask penalty against Dunbar. On the tackle for the Bulldogs is number 3, Braxton Edge. So it's going to be a pickup of 5 yards. It's probably going to be might be a 15-yard penalty because you saw the face and the helmet and the neck pull back. They are going to call a personal foul, face mask. That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot. It'll be a first down Scott County as the ball will be out across the 40-yard line. Move it out to the 43. And Scott County has it 1st and 10.
First and 10, Scott County from his own 43-yard line.
So 3:30 to go. Scott County does not have to score. They're going to get a dose of Noah Hughes right here until Paul Lawrence Dunbar makes the stop. Noah Hughes up the middle again. And Noah Hughes, being Noah Hughes, picks up 13 and another first down for Scott County. Noah Hughes, 14 carries, 87 yards for the Scott County senior. Kendrick Hamilton has 10 carries for 45 yards. Simon Bond, 4 carries for 23 to round out the rushing totals for Scott County. Dunbar, Jefferson Harkless, 29 carries for 145 yards. Durante Sanders, 9 for 36. Three catches on the night for Dunbar. Noah Hughes gets it again. He's going to pick up 5. On the tackle, number 44, Carter Hazlett. Noah Hughes hobbling with a little ankle going on right there, but you're not going to get him out of the ball game. Under 2:30 to go in the ball game. Dunbar only 1 timeout left. Not much they can do. They're asking their defense to make one more big play. Right side, Simon Bond. 2 hands on the football, young man. He picks up the first down. On the tackle, number 21, Isaiah Yeast. So the sophomore picks up 7. And a first down for Scott County as we go under 2 minutes. Once the clock resumes. Scott County back at home next week as they'll take on the Colonels of Covington Catholic. Dunbar, no rest for them as they take on Boyle County, who was upset last week against Lexington Catholic. Coach McKee is going to run the 25-second clock all the way down to 24 seconds and call a timeout with 1:36 to go. Scott County with the football and the lead, 14-7. We'll be back for the rest of the ball game on the Scott County Sports Network.
Steve Skierman, agency manager at the Scott County Farm Bureau Insurance, would like you to know that as your local insurance agent, he is right here in your community, ready to help you with all your insurance needs. In the event of a loss, you can count on Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance to help you through it. We have local claims adjusters to serve you at your time of loss. We are knowledgeable about our community and can provide valuable assistance and advice when needed. Call the office today at 502-863-2454 for a free, no-obligation quote. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
Ball game. Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Coach McKee and his Scott County offensive Cardinals trying to run out the clock here. 1:36 to go. They stopped Dunbar on 4th and 3. They marched it down the field thanks to a 15-yard face mask penalty. In Scott County, 1st and 10. 1:36 to go. Dunbar, Coach Paul Raines, one timeout remaining. So Scott County needs to hold on to the football, and they'll sneak out of here with a victory. 14-7 is the score right now. And I think Scott County Coach McKee would be happy for that to be the final score. Scott County, 1st and 10, inside the Dunbar 33-yard line. Josh Davis hands off to Noah Hughes. Gain of a yard on the play. On the tackle. For Dunbar, number 88, Nick Martin. Coach Paul Raines will use the last time out. So 2nd down and 9, 1:26 to go. Paul Lawrence Dunbar uses the last time out. We'll take a timeout as well on the Scott County Sports Network.
Time for oral surgery, you need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. 1:26 to go. Paul Lawrence Dunbar, last time out of the ball game. Not much they can do here. They're trying to reset the clock back to 1:28. They've got it. We're ready to go. Scott County, 2nd down and 9. Special shout out to Toby Murray, doing a good job on the camera tonight. Kevin Ritchie running the computer. Mark Walsh taking the night off. He's down in the Carolina watching us on his phone. Josh Davis hands it to Noah Hughes, straight up the gut, picks up 2. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Scott County. Coach McKee, very patient. He'll run it down under a minute before he snaps it the next time. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Scott County.
3rd down and 7.
Scott County very fortunate to get out of here tonight with the victory if they're able to hold on.
30-yard line.
Dunbar's only score of the night has been on the defensive side as the Martin causes the fumble. And Dontel Brown picks it up and scampers 72 yards for the touchdown. And there's a penalty against Dunbar, and that was huge because now they'll reset the play clock. And Scott County, with it being 3rd down, they will probably get out of here without having to turn over possession of the football.
Takes the ball down to the Dunbar 25-yard line.
So 3rd down and 2. Clock is moving. Not a big football game if you're offensive minded, but if you like defense, you enjoyed the ball game tonight. Two big fumble recoveries and runs, one for each team, and a big interception for Dunbar's Maurice Carter at the goal line. They got to delay a game against Scott County.
5-yard penalty.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty against Scott County. It'll be 3rd down and 7, and Scott County is going to take a knee here as they get to the best fourth formation in the game, the victory formation, and Scott County is going to sneak out of Paul Lawrence Dunbar in John Aker Stadium. Very fortunate tonight. Your final score, Scott County 14, Paul Lawrence Dunbar 7. Scott County improves the record to 8-1. They'll host Covington Catholic next week. Paul Lawrence Dunbar falls to a record of 3-6, and they'll take on Boyle County next week. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the final stats here on the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County victorious 14-7 over the Bulldogs of Dunbar High School. Back after this.
Time for oral surgery. You need a surgeon you can trust and feel at home with. Consider Dr. Robert Henderson at Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery. Specializing in wisdom teeth extraction, surgery to prepare for dentures, biopsies, corrective jaw surgery, TMJ disorders, and dental implants. All outpatient procedures are performed right here in our office. We participate with most insurance, we offer care credit, and take care of all the paperwork. Georgetown Oral and Facial Surgery will give you a lot to smile about.
Scott County Physical Therapy is a privately owned physical therapy practice specializing in outpatient orthopedics, sports and industrial rehab, neurological rehabilitation, low back pain, neck pain, and arthritic conditions. Our mission is to provide the highest quality physical therapy to assist each individual and the community at large. Scott County Physical Therapy, a journey to wellness. To contact the physical therapist and Scott County Physical Therapy, please dial 502-863-4242. Scott County Physical Therapy is the title sponsor for Scott County Athletics.
Welcome back to the Scott County Sports Network. Scott County made the trip to John Aker Stadium here at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. I think you would have to say they were a heavy favorite, but you got to say hats off to the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Bulldogs. Great job tonight as they hold Scott County to 14 points. Unfortunately for them, and thankfully if you're a Scott County fan, they were only able to score 7, and that gets us to our final score. Scott County 14, Paul Lawrence Dunbar 7. Looking at the scoring plays, Dunbar on the scoreboard first. Dontel Brown picks up a 72-yard fumble recovery. Goes the distance. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Dunbar up early, 7-0 after the Trey Underwood kick. Scott County scores 2:51 to go in the first half. Kendrick Hamilton, a 9-yard run. Dunbar's kick is good. 9 plays, 56 yards, 2:48 off the clock. We're knotted at 7 apiece. Scott County's only score in the second half, a 10-yard touchdown run by Simon Bond. 4:46 to go in the third quarter. Dunbar's kick is good. 2:19 off the clock, 7 plays, 58 yards, and your final score, Scott County 14, Dunbar 7. Looking at the team's totals, both teams had 12 first downs. Rushing yards, Scott County 38 attempts for 164 yards. Dunbar 44 attempts for 129. Passing yards, Scott County 4 of 9 with 1 interception for 19 yards. Dunbar 3 of 6 for 57 yards. You add all of that up. Total offensive plays, 47 offensive plays for Scott County, only 183 yards. Paul Lawrence Dunbar, 50 offensive plays for 186. Scott County had 2 fumbles, lost one of them. Dunbar had 1 fumble and lost it. Penalty yards, 4 penalties for Scott County for 30 yards. Dunbar, 8 penalties. 3 of those huge as they stalled drives for 53 yards. Dunbar, heavy favorite in the time of possession, 29 minutes to only 18 minutes for Scott County. Scott County 2 of 9 on third down conversions. Dunbar even worse at 1 of 11. Fourth down conversions 0 for 2 for Scott County, 1 for 4 for Dunbar. And scoring chances in the red zone, Scott County 2 for 3, Dunbar 0 for 2. Individual totals, Scott County Noah Hughes led the Cardinals in rushing, 17 carries, 95 yards. Kendrick Hamilton had 10 touches for 45 yards and a touchdown. Simon Bond, 5 touches for 29 yards and a touchdown. That's the rushing totals for Scott County. Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Jefferson Harkless, 29 carries for 145 yards. Durante Sanders touched it 9 times for 36 yards. Kendall Roberts and Trey Homer, the quarterbacks, struggled all night long as they had a total of 52 lost yards between them. Passing, Josh Davis was 3 of 8 for 1 interception for 24 yards. Cooper Robb was 1 for 1 for a negative 5 yards. Kendall Roberts for Dunbar, 3 of 5 for 57. He was sacked twice. Trey Homer, 0 for 1 for the Bulldogs. Receiving, Kendall Cummington, 4 catches, 16 yards. Kendrick Hamilton had officially no catch because of the lateral, but he lateraled it after he touched the football for a 3-yard gain. Dontel Brown, 2 catches for 4 yards. For 44 yards. Maurice Carter, 1 for 13. Defensively, Scott County led in tackles by Trey Bender with 8 of them. He had 5 tackles. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Trey Bender, 5 tackles, 4 loss tonight. Heck of a ball game for him defensively. Cooper Robb had 6 tackles. Dylan Smith with 6, and Bryce Lawson had 7. For Dunbar, defensively, Dontel Brown had 5 tackles. Isaiah Yeast with 4. Quentin Dixon with 4. And Ladarius Morton had 5 for the Bulldogs. So that's your totals from the stats perspective, and more importantly, your total on the scoreboard. Scott County 14, Dunbar 7. Thanks for watching. Shout out to my cameraman, Toby Murray, the computer guy, Kevin Ritchie. I'm Mike Ritchie. We make up the Scott County Sports Network. Thanks for watching. See you next week at home. The Colonels of Covington Catholic invade Toyota Stadium. We'll be there to call it for you. Check us out on the internet at ScottCountySportsNetwork.com. Have a good evening. We'll see you next week.